I was at a bar. I met with some local friends from Colombia that I've known. One of them who I previously met here in the United States. And then one of the friends that I met there who was a barber that cut my hair. I met him earlier that day. He cut my hair. We hit it off. It was a good person. So I told him I'm new around town. What is there to do around here for people my age? He recommended a few spots, and Kalika was the spot that he recommended for me to go. We ended up going to Kalika. We were having a good time. There was plenty of people there. He brought some of his friends along with his friends. There was two girls that I was interacting with throughout the night. We were talking, just having a few drinks here and there and just conversating, just enjoying the social nightlife of Medellin. I did get a few red flags throughout the night. One of the girls kept asking me, "Are you okay? Do you feel comfortable? Like, are you okay in this scene?" Which should have been a red flag for me. At the time, I didn't think about it too much. I thought she was just being nice and trying to accommodate, knowing that I'm a foreigner in the country, and little did I know that this was all part of her plan. She was trying to figure out if I was coherent, if I was still there. In which at the time when she was asking those questions, I was perfectly fine. It's called scopoline. That was slipped into my drink, and from there I don't remember much. I remember bits and pieces. I remember getting help walking down the stairs of the bar, and at that time, I just thought that somebody was helping me. Somebody was holding my hand and helping me. Later on, I black out, don't know where I'm at, but I'm about a mile away from the bar. And there's a total about like five dudes that were assaulting me, trying to rob me, trying to stab me, trying to do anything they can to take all my belongings. I was stripped down to basically my underwear. They took everything from my earrings, my wallets, my phone, even my nose ring. From what I recall from the situation, they were spitting at me, calling me names, and I was able to fight them off. I was literally grasping on and fighting for my life. I was able to hit one of the guys, which obviously made him a little bit more aggravated. And that guy later came back and hit me with what it looked like was a bat or a stick, and he hit me in the back of my back, where I have several injuries from trying to fight off the criminals. I was unconscious for a total of 16 hours. A good Samaritan found me on the side of the street, and he took me in at 11 a.m. in the morning. And this all happened at 3 a.m. So from 3 a.m. to 11, I had no clue where I was. I didn't know who I was and where I was. They found me in the side of the street. I was in my underwear. They stripped me to the bare minimum. And next thing I know, I woke up in the hospital. And then when I woke up and had a little bit of consciousness, I tried to walk out. I tried to walk out the hospital, not knowing what happened. I felt humiliated. I didn't know what happened. I was just trying to find a way out, trying to find my way home. As soon as I try to get up and walk out the hospital, they held me and they were like, "No, you can't leave." And then luckily, one of my friends that I went there with filed a missing report. They filed a missing report for the person that was missing, which was me. And they were able to tie the two things together. And then the cops came to the hospital, and they said that I fit the description of the person that they were looking for. I do hope that they face justice and they face the justice system. This is something that shouldn't be allowed, and it's something that shouldn't continue. But knowing the country and knowing the crime rate in that country, is going to be very hard for them to actually find them and prosecute them. This is not the first time I've heard this. I've heard of people actually dying in these situations, and like I said, I'm grateful to be here. I'm glad I was able to escape and fight off, and I'm I'm grateful for the good people. Amongst all that and all the bad people, there was still good people around. There was a taxi driver that found me on the side of the street that didn't have a clue who I was, but dragged me into his car. And I'm not a little guy. He had to pick me up, and I was full of dirt, full of blood. He picked me up, put me in his car, and took me to the hospital. I don't know who the guy was. I don't know who he is, but I thank God for him, and God bless people like that in this world. And if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I'll be here. So amongst all the negative things, I'm still able to pick out the positives, and I'm still able to see that there's still good people out there. And this is not gonna tarnish my image of Colombia. Is a lesson that I learned, and is a lesson that I'm gonna be aware of. But one bad apple is not gonna ruin the whole batch.